This is the Man Stop It podcast. Man Stop It. Man Stop It. Another story on my son Scrapp, man. What y'all got going on? What's the word, people? What y'all got going on, man? Shit, man. I just was thinking, man. Story on my son, that shit just came to me. Just come to me, man, when I be thinking and shit. But, yeah. Remember we was right there, we moved on 59th, Michigan. That's 600, you know what I'm saying? And, my son, you know, he always, you know what I'm saying, hide the girls, man, your females, they love them, you know what I'm saying? And, we at the crib and shit, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, that's 600, 59th, Michigan right there, that's borderline, that's 600 all day long. So, we in the crib and somebody knocked on the door. So I open the door, it's a female. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for her. She like, is Scrapp here? I'm like, yeah, he here. What's going on? But when I open the door, I seen a lot of them 600 niggas just sitting outside. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. They sitting, like, you know, where the door is, you know, they got them little rails, like, surrounding the grass, you know, the grass and shit. So they sitting all around that. It's like 4 of them. So I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So I'm like, Brian. And I call him, Brian, man, some girl at the door for you, man. So he opened the door. I tell him, man, you know, them niggas sitting outside in front of the crib. He like, man, they ain't on nothing. Man, they ain't on nothing, Pop. I'm like, man, niggas sitting in front of our crib. You feel me? So, and they knew the little girl, you know what I'm saying? So, it was probably one of their moves, you feel me? One of their little girls or something. You know, niggas be hating that shit when you in their hood and you taking their girls. So, I tell them like, man, look, I don't want that shit in my house, around my house, none of that, right? So, the little girl come in for a minute, you know what I'm saying? She chilled with him and shit. I made sure the doors was locked, all the doors, you know, I locked all the doors and shit. And, I go back there in my room, you know what I'm saying? I go in my room. He in the front room with Shorty, you know what I'm saying? With the little girl, he in the front. So I'm like, shit. I'm in the back. So it had to be like probably 8 something. 8 o'clock at night, some shit like that. So I'm in the room. I'm in the back in the room. So he up there. And you know, he chilling with her and shit. They sitting in the living room, whatever. But they ain't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Then when she get ready to leave, you know, I go in there and check on them and shit like that. So when they get ready to leave, she leaves, so he go to the door to let her out. So I go in there. I'm in there when he let her out. She stayed for a couple of hours though. But when she left, you know, them niggas was outside. They was all in front of the crib, like not in front of my house, but they was like right there. That's their hood. You know, they was right there chilling, still sitting on They still was sitting out there on the thing and everything. So they never tried nothing. They ain't say nothing or none of that. So I'm like, Brian, these niggas is sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? They shit. You know what I'm saying? So he like, Pop. Pop. They ain't know nothing, Pop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, alright. So I open the door. You know what I'm saying? Shorty gone. She left. She stayed for a couple of hours though. But she got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But they still was standing out there. They was all in the street now. And they was sitting on the little porch, the little grass thing sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. But that was 600. They was out there, man. We lived right there on their shit. You know what I'm saying? But everything went good. He kicked it with his little friend. She was from 600, I guess. So he kicked it with her for a couple of hours in the crib. I let him kick it right there. He was in the living room chilling and shit. And all the time he had a pipe on him. You know what I'm saying? He had a pipe. So when he was opening the door and shit and this and that, he had a pipe on him. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't said nothing. They was just sitting out there. 600 was just sitting out there, man. They ain't make a move. They ain't say nothing. All they did was looking back. Brian opened the door. They looked. You know what I'm saying? They looking at shit. But they never said nothing. The girl came in. I went in the room. They sat in there and kicked it for a couple of hours. But I was checking in and back and forth on them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Check my front door, my back door, make sure my shit locked. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trust them little niggas. You know what I'm saying? Smash that button. So, Brian was like, Pops, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them, Pop. They ain't on none, Pops. So I'm like, Brian, you talking about don't worry about them. Shit, they too close. You in tour with these niggas. You feel me? You in tour with these boys. And you talking about don't worry about them. These your biggest, as y'all say, ops. These your biggest ops. You know what I'm saying? So when you open your front door, them niggas sitting right there. D Rose. Who else was out there? It was Minnie Moon, D Rose, Courtney, because Courtney stayed around the corner from where I live. If I ain't mistaken, Courtney stayed on Indiana in the same little complex, but he was around on the corner on Indiana side. You know what I'm saying? And like they say, D Rose stayed across the street. But when I opened that door, all of them was out there. It was D Rose. I ain't see Rondo, but I saw D Rose, C Day, Many Moons, a lot of them. They was all out there, man. I'm talking about they was out there deep in front of our crib. And he just, when I go to the door, first letter in, Brian, you got company, somebody want to see me. He boom, okay, shit, she come in. I'm down, you know what I'm saying? I see them niggas just sitting out there. I'm like, damn. So I'm like, and my son was like, don't worry about them, Pops. You know what I'm saying? They ain't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? But all the time, he got pipe on him. You feel me? And I didn't even know it, but he had it on him. So that's the story I got on my son, Scrapp, man. I just wanted to hit y'all with something. Something just came to my mind. Thought about that shit. I just want to share that with y'all. So it's your man, Big Les. Man, stop it. I'm gone. Peace.